Minimizing sugar and highly processed foods is a key pillar of cancer prevention that goes beyond weight management. It touches the very core of how our bodies regulate growth, repair damage, and defend against disease. While sugar itself doesn't directly feed cancer cells in a unique or exclusive way, diets high in added sugars and ultra-processed products create a metabolic environment that increases the risk for several types of cancer, including breast, liver, pancreatic, and colorectal cancers. By reducing reliance on these foods and embracing more natural, nutrient-dense options, we can strengthen our body's ability to maintain healthy cellular function, manage inflammation, and keep key systems in balance. One of the primary concerns with excessive sugar intake is its close association with obesity and insulin resistance, two conditions that create hormonal and metabolic shifts that favor cancer development. When we consume large amounts of added sugars, especially in the form of sugary beverages, desserts, and processed snacks, our blood glucose and insulin levels spike repeatedly. Over time, this pattern leads to chronic insulin elevation and a condition known as insulin resistance, where the body's cells stop responding properly to insulin. This, in turn, leads to even higher insulin production and increased circulating levels of insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, a hormone that stimulates cell proliferation and inhibits apoptosis, programmed cell death. This is problematic because unchecked cell growth and impaired cellular cleanup are hallmarks of cancer formation. Furthermore, high sugar and highly processed foods tend to be low in fiber, antioxidants, and essential nutrients. These empty calories displace healthier foods from the diet and reduce the overall protective quality of nutrition. The absence of fiber means slower digestion, less satiety, and more blood sugar fluctuations, which again fuels inflammation and metabolic stress. In contrast, whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, contain natural sugars within a matrix of fiber and nutrients that slow their absorption and mitigate any sharp insulin response. This natural balance protects against many of the negative effects associated with added sugars. Processed foods also often contain harmful additives, emulsifiers, trans fats, and preservatives that can irritate the gut, disrupt the microbiome, and contribute to low-grade chronic inflammation. The gut microbiome plays an important role in immune function and the regulation of cancer-related processes, so when it is compromised by a poor-quality diet, the body's resilience is weakened. Studies have shown that individuals with diets high in processed and refined foods have higher markers of inflammation and oxidative stress, which may accelerate DNA damage and impair the body's natural ability to repair cellular injuries. Fortunately, shifting away from these dietary risks doesn't require deprivation or drastic changes. It starts with simple swaps, replacing sugary drinks with water, tea, or fruit-infused water, choosing whole grains like oats, brown rice, or quinoa instead of refined flours, and opting for snacks like fresh fruit, nuts, or plain yogurt instead of candy bars or packaged desserts. Gradually reducing the sweetness threshold of the palate can make less sugary foods taste more satisfying over time. The focus isn't on perfection but on consistency, choosing real, whole foods more often, and letting processed options become occasional rather than habitual. Reducing sugar and processed food intake also has ripple effects that enhance every other aspect of health. People often notice more stable energy, better mental clarity, improved digestion, and even emotional steadiness when their diet is grounded in whole foods. These benefits support a positive feedback loop. When we feel better, we're more likely to continue making supportive choices, creating a lifestyle that is not only protective against cancer, but also deeply sustaining and enjoyable. Ultimately, cutting back on sugar and highly processed foods is about restoring the natural rhythms of the body. It's about moving from a state of reactive metabolism, where the body is constantly stressed by spikes and crashes, to one of steady nourishment and gentle, balanced energy. In this environment, the body is less vulnerable to the internal disruptions that set the stage for cancer. Instead, it becomes a place of resilience, repair, and renewal. Through each thoughtful meal, we shift the odds in our favor, one choice at a time.